Today, we're going to talk about first year real estate agent salary. Don't go anywhere. We are starting in just a few seconds. So, if you Google first year real estate agent salary, I'm sure you're going to get the very first result, which is NAR's statistical number, which is 60K for first year real estate agent salary. This is the National Real Estate Association average. I am not sure how they get their numbers and what metrics they use to get this salary. But I wanted to share with you today three of my own points that I observed while being on my journey of real estate, my journey of being a real estate agent. So before I go into the 3 points that are key in determining your first year real estate salary, I wanted to let you know that real estate salary is really, it ranges in a wide spectrum. There are agents that make a couple $1,000s per year. They do this part-time. There are agents that make 30, 40, 60. There are agents that make half a million, a million. This industry is so broad, and there are really no numbers that are average. And first of all, I wanted to stress that the numbers that I wanted to talk about is really not a salary, it's a revenue, because it's so important when you are leaving school to understand that you are embarking on a journey to start your own business. It's not a job. Of course, you're going to call it a job because you have to get up in the morning and go to work every day, but it's your own work, it's your own business. So, there are three things, in my opinion, and what I have observed from my own experience and talking to other agents and seeing how this whole industry operates, which was new to me as well when I first came in. There are three things that agents should focus on in their first year of being a real estate agent. So let's get right to it. The first very important aspect of creating a good revenue in your first year as a real estate agent, and the aspect that will determine your first year's revenue, salary, however you want to call it, is prospecting. It's important to know that the minute you leave school, you get your freshly baked real estate license and you park your license in your brokerage of your choice. Hopefully, you've done your research. You begin immediately prospecting. And I did make a video about prospecting and ways of prospecting, different ways other than cold calling and door knocking. So there are different ways to prospect, but it's important that prospecting is like your bread and butter of every single day you live, breathe real estate. 6 months from when you graduate to a year from the day you graduate, you will know whether or not you have prospected enough, because that really determines the revenue. And the agents, from what I have observed, the agents, the top producers that have really made it to the top, those are probably the agents that are heavily concentrated on cold calling and maybe even door knocking. Heavy cold callers. So this might not always be your cup of tea to cold call, and I do know plenty of agents in my market that will never cold call. They will never pick up the phone. They have other ways of prospecting. They go to networking events, they reach out to their community, their friends, their family, the so-called sphere of influence. They generate business like that, but they also have to prospect, so they have to go out and meet people, and they can't just sit at home and wait for somebody to call them. So, prospecting is key to generating business so that you can create revenue, so that you can grow your business. The second really important factor, which I have observed that is so necessary for brand new agents, I can't stress this enough, is getting a mentor. Now, mentoring is different than coaching. Coach is somebody that will help you see the bigger picture, motivate you, provide you with mindset tools, provide you with tips and trips on how to grow your business. It's kind of somebody that's standing outside your business. Kind of like if you envision that your business is like a house, coach is standing outside of your house and is coaching and guiding you on which direction you should go in improving your house. Mentor is inside your business. Mentor is somebody that comes in and walks you through the first transactions that you do in real estate. Because let's face it, when you leave school, and even if you prospect heavily and you're good at this, because perhaps in your other career you did prospect as well for something else and you're really good at prospecting, let's say you have that one day where your client is ready to buy a house and you are ready to put on an offer and you don't know what to say to the seller's agent. You don't know which how to write up a contract or what good questions to ask or how to begin excellent negotiating so that your client has the leverage. What do you do? What do you say? There's hundreds of questions, which is normal. It's normal in the first year of brand new career to have questions. And mentor should be somebody that takes care of you, even holds your hand, I would say for the first year of your career. If you're going to get a mentor that's only going to help you with your first 3 transactions and take a commission from your commission and then they'll never see you again, I wouldn't really call that a mentorship. I would call that somebody that's just making money off you making money. Mentor is somebody that's going to give you their heart. They're going to give you their commitment. They're going to be there for you to answer your questions. And when you find your brokerage of your choice, my advice for you is to take your time, look around, and see what kind of an agent you'd like to work with, who appeals to you, and then talk to them and perhaps find some mutual agreement on how you can work together as a mentor and mentee. Perhaps you will pay them, perhaps you will help them, assist them, or perhaps they will just want to do it free, completely free. And even if they do that and they offer you completely free help, I would highly recommend for you to offer them your help anyway, because that's just the right thing to do. So you really want to make sure that from the get-go, you find that mentor that's going to guide you through the first transactions and make a point to them that you are not looking for coaching and you don't need a coach, you need a mentor, because some of them might get that concept misunderstood. Make it clear to them that you are truly looking for somebody to walk you through the first transactions and deals and things that are going on with the either buyer or seller side in your business in the first 6 months to a year. I would highly recommend a year. And I would highly recommend for women to go with women mentors and men with men mentors, because it is my observation that women do business differently than men. And if you're a woman, up and coming realtor, the female realtor will be more likely to able to understand how you do business better and vice versa. That's just my own personal opinion and what I've observed. And you don't obviously have to do that, but I highly do recommend going that route. And the last point that I wanted to make in developing first year real estate revenue is making sure that you have a healthy pipeline. So every week you should sit down on Monday and look at your pipeline. And if you are asking me what is a pipeline, you might not know, and that's fine, is that it is a number of things you have pending, active, or soon to be pending in your business. For example, you might have some pre listing appointments that you might go on, some potential pre listing appointments, some follow ups that are really hot, some pending transactions and under contract transactions, things that you are actively working on with signed contracts with clients. And your pipeline should be something visible to you, written in your notebook or a board on a wall where you can constantly look at it and see if anything is drying up, if you need to remove anything. If your pipeline is drying up, you should revisit point number one, which is prospecting. It means you have to prospect more. So, to better understand how your revenue corresponds with the pipeline, is that if you have 15 active contracts or things signed with clients in your pipeline, most likely at the end of the quarter or a month, only 5 or 4 of those transactions will close. That's just the way it is statistically in the business. This is all about numbers. Real estate really is all about numbers. That's why I mentioned prospecting in the beginning, because the more you prospect, the more deals you will make, the more deals you will make, the more revenue you will have, or salary, if you'd like to call it that way. So that's why it's all about numbers with your pipeline as well. And it's important to keep your pipeline constantly flowing. This is a mistake that I made in the beginning because I wasn't focusing and concentrating on how this aspect is so important in your business. And nobody's going to tell you this. Your school teacher is not going to tell you this when you're getting your license. This is just trade of the trade secrets, or maybe not even secrets, just facts. And since I am on this real estate journey with you on this channel, I wanted to share the things that worked for me and things that didn't. And I can attest honestly that prospecting, having a mentor, and having a healthy pipeline is really a great way to create revenue in your real estate at any time. But when you are first starting out, those are probably the most important thing to consider and to focus on. So things like marketing, social media, buying leads. I mean, real estate business is so broad, and so we are such a sold to group. You can keep buying things for your business nonstop. But really, it's important to simplify things and focusing on the 3 things I talked about. I hope my tips were helpful to you. If you are just starting out and you have any questions, feel free to let me know. My email is below if you want to contact me privately. My answers and advice is completely free. I don't charge anything. I am not a coach. I'm a regular working real estate agent sharing my information with you to help you, because I know how it is to leave school and feel lost and feel confused and feel stressed and not knowing what to do. I have been there, and I am hoping that maybe some things that I share with you today and on my other videos will at least alleviate some of these things for you and help you along the way. Hope you're having a great day, and I will see you on my next video. Thank you so much for watching.